Good morning, guys. What's happening? How's everybody doing this morning? Give the chat a few minutes to fill up here. Okay, hell, good morning. How you doing? Welcome to the chat. Just typical Sunday morning thing. Nick Martino, what's happening, man? How are you doing today, brother? Good to see you. Another day in paradise. A little bit under the weather. I think it's from burning all the fire starters. Friday nights is whooping me. Having some lovely bean water. Yeah, about the same here, Pat. Definitely a coffee kind of morning. I'm actually already on my second cup, so yeah, got up early this morning. Yeah, got into the coffee early. Definitely a bit under the weather, so we're gonna keep this one a reasonable time frame today. Maybe I don't know. I always say that, but then it ends up going way over. Coffee, and I was just watching bees from the Friday man. He loves that cheap shit, huh? Yeah, yeah. I wonder how that's gonna work out with all the new tariffs. I guess something like 75% up on tariffs for all Chinese stuff. So yeah, that's going to trickle down on the cost of everything. Everything made in China, at least. So yeah, I ended up missing the watch hours by like I had it figured out. I was at like 4,018, but then yeah, once the YouTube calculations went through and they deducted their 30%, I was at like 3,979. I like missed it by like 21 hours last week. So, but I think I'm gonna get it for sure this week. It's looking pretty good. Yeah, I had to cut back a bit on the Friday nights because doing those 8 to 10 hour lives, the average view duration was like less than 2 minutes. So yeah, that was kind of killing the yeah, getting it out there. But they're fun. I think I'm gonna save those for like special occasions, and I'll do like the 8 to 10 hour Fridays. But I think Fridays I'm gonna keep those around 2 hours or so. Trying this early. Yeah, yeah, I definitely think more USA products is more important. Um, yeah, bring the jobs back here, help the little guys out. Yeah, I spend quite a bit of time looking for small companies that are making stuff in the USA that are, outdoor bushcraft related and things like that. So, yeah, stuff like Simple Shot, Slingshots, the Yoito hand fishing reel, that's out of down by Ocala, Florida. Obviously, Phobos Knives out of Tennessee. I'm still in the works with Full Tank Tactical, trying to raise up some money to get into that game. They're also out of Tennessee, so cool dude. I've talked to him a few times, just in emails, and I guess he has an interest in making a jumpable backpack. So yeah, I might work on his and see what it would take to make it airworthiness. So get to do a little parachute rigging kind of work, hopefully. There's abandoned buildings everywhere. Yeah, yeah, Nick, it's true, man. There's abandoned buildings everywhere, and the homeless population is like skyrocketed. Like, I can't believe how much the homeless has spread around this area in the last 5 years. There's places we used to hike and stuff that, like hiking trails, like, just little short 1, 2 milers, stuff like that. And then it's all littered with homeless tents, shelters, things like that. It's crazy. Oh, right. Yeah, Pat, the new chainsaw. How did that go, my man? That's awesome. Yeah, that's what put me out of business, man. Yeah, we couldn't do tandems because of the 6 foot radius and all that, and you're not going to keep one of those face diapers on in free fall. So yeah, Cape Cod was, yeah, they were enforcing all those laws and everything, so we couldn't open up. We couldn't do tandems or anything. And yeah, when you work seasonal and you lose a season, yeah, it pretty much puts you out of business. So yeah, this is that Yojito reel I was talking about. I bought the little kit. I actually got the pouch out. Everything fits in the pouch, but you get a hand fishing reel. And I ordered black and I got black, which was really cool. Um, and then it just comes with an assortment of hooks and some sinkers and weights. Yeah, Husqvarna 450. Yeah, that's quite the chainsaw there, Pat. 24-inch bar. That's pretty good size too. Most of what you'll see in the Northeast, you can handle with a 24-inch bar. I mean, there's so yeah. I mean, you can pretty much handle anything with that. Could have been a new set of tires, but a good investment in there. Oh yeah, out west there, they got some big trees. But yeah, in the Northeast, there's not all that many big trees. You get some pretty wide poplars and stuff, but that's about it. Everything else kind of small. I think this place is, the whole Northeast has been clear cut and grown over so many times, so many places. Yeah, there's no big trees left in the Northeast. Not in that sense. Yeah, BNA, that was definitely a good investment, man. Especially, yeah, very cool, Short King. Okay, sounds like a plan. So, yeah, anybody got anything exciting going on for the day, or? Oh yeah, BNA. It's a whole new ball game out west. Yeah, there's a lot of huge trees. I didn't dig it though. Once I hit California, it was the only place in the country I've ever been where they had coin op showers. Like nothing like jumping in the shower to find out you need to get dressed again and go grab a roll of quarters. That was yeah, that was, oh, where was that? That was Southern California by like Lake Elsinore. Um oh, taking the kids to the movies later. What you gonna see, Pat? Yeah, no, yeah. I think with the chainsaw thing, there's a lot of technique involved. I don't know. I hung out with some pros, so yeah, I've seen some cool chainsaw tricks. I flew into Seattle and went to BC, Canada. BC is so freaking beautiful. Oh yeah, BC is definitely nice. A lot of mountain biking out there. Yeah, they do those like through those wild forest trails and stuff. Pretty cool stuff. Like yeah, I've seen tons of videos. I've never been there and mountain bike myself. I would love to go to BC though and do some mountain biking, some camping, whatever. Yeah, that's a beautiful country up there for sure. So, what do you guys think of the tariff? Do you think it's going to jack up the cost of Chinese knives, or do you think there's gonna be like a 75% increase on Chinese knives? Yeah, sharp chain is everything. Yeah. Oh, the Minecraft movie. Yeah, I know about that game, but I've never played that game. Is it as good as everybody says? I don't know. I got out of gaming years ago. But yeah, it's one of those things that's talked about enough. Like, yeah, I know what it is, but I've never played the game once. Yeah, Nick. Yeah, I think that's what they're doing. They're trying to bully each other around, and hopefully, yeah, I think you're right. It'll just end up normalizing somehow. But it's nice seeing them freak out. Like same thing happened here. Like they took all the jobs, all the factories, and moved them over there. All of a sudden, everybody's out of work. Um, and now, yeah, the terrorists is kind of doing the same thing to them. KT, the Phobos knives, the tier one BC, which yeah, this thing needs a cleaning now, but whatever's clever. Um, yeah, Phobos, four operators by operators. It's owned by Eric Hansen. They're out of Tennessee. Anger is a hot coal you hold in your hand while waiting to throw it at somebody. Yeah, that's an interesting way of looking at it there, Antrax. Yeah, yeah, Pat. I'm the same way. I don't support the Chinese knife industry. Y'all know that for sure. Still got to do the T-shirt. I love pooping on poo-poo Chinese knives. But yeah, that's where I stand with that. I kind of get a chuckle out of it, and yeah, that's been one of my goals anyhow is to find more like as much of my kit I can get out of the United States, so where source it from places other than China, like like silky saws. You can't top those yet, so those come out of Japan, but yeah, definitely staying out of the Chinese market. Like they've figured out ways to like everything fails in 2 years. What's the point of spending your money? Some of it's just junk out of the box. It's just meant it looks like a tent, but it's not really a tent. What do you call a bacteria that walks into the bar and buys everyone a drink? A fungi. Oh, we got the dad jokes going too this morning. That's awesome. We appreciate that. Um, Yeah, so yeah, I'll end up sourcing some stuff from other places, but yeah, I'm gonna do my best to buy everything made in the USA. And that's one of my interests with that full tank tactical. They got some pretty cool chest rigs and stuff. Um, but yeah, they're made right in Tennessee, so maybe at some point it'd be great. Make a trip down to Tennessee, stop by Phobos Knives and Full Tank Tactical, see what else is in the area. Oh yeah, yeah, Pat. Yeah, Silky makes great saws, and like I've talked about it before. I know one of the world ranked arborists, and that's what he uses. So I mean, they're awesome saws. I think the big thing with the Silky saws is everybody's used to a cut on the push and the pull, and with the Silky saws, it only cuts on. It's a pull cut saw, so it only cuts on the pull, and on the forward, it clears out the sawdust and whatnot. And then yeah, it only cuts on the pull. So once you learn how to work that, they're incredibly awesome. Antonio, how you doing, man? Welcome to the chat. How you doing this morning? Get her done. What's happening? I don't know about the tariffs. It's a weird coincidence that many of Trump's buddies made a killing off the stocks when he paused. Yeah, yeah, that's yeah. I don't know about the stocks and all that, but I don't know. Yeah, I'd have to do some more researching. Right on, John. Yeah, no worries, my man. Yeah, so yeah, who else from the US? that I'm in. I don't know. I might give Exotac a second chance. I don't know. Once the channel gets going a bit more, maybe I'll reorder from Exotac and see how that goes. Because yeah, everybody saw the lime green. Like, come on, man, you got to match up your own stuff at least. Oh yeah, Nick, I got the yeah, man, I made tons of these things. Yeah, I got the labels in. Got all those made. I made like 100 of these, and I'm doing these like, whoops, two for $20. This one's 10% off damaged goods, right? How did I do that? It's twisting. Um, yeah, yeah. So I made up like 100 of those. Yeah, Nick, shoot me a message, man. We'll work that out. Yeah, I'm down to I think I've got like 28 sets of these left. Um, yeah, and I ended up doing the $20 a set, like $10 per patch, but I'm doing them in sets for $20 because yeah, that's the only way I can do that with the shipping and make it so we can build on it and stuff. So yeah, I've got some other designs for some other tabs and rockers. We'll probably get that like add one every run or something is what my goal is. So yeah, yeah, actually I got a half one. Might as well. We don't do this too often on the Sunday morning, but Mrs. Bushcraft be at work, so we're gonna do this. Yeah, I've been what the last like 6 weeks, at least 6 to 8 weeks, we've been testing these things out, like different recipes, and um, finally decided to go with one. Yeah, they light up like pretty much first time every time. Vertical live scrolling is a real gamble. Yeah, there's a genius in every crowd, right? They usually point themselves out. Damn fart nuggets. Oh, that's priceless, right? For everything else, there's MasterCard. That's exactly why. Man, those damn trolls. But, like I said, I got to be grateful for them because if it wasn't for so many trolls, the Troll Hunting Club wouldn't be a thing. And that's definitely an awesome thing. So, yeah, I'm stoked about making those patches and everything. That's a good time. Filmmakers. Oh yeah, yeah, Nick. In real life they wouldn't say anything though. They would just, yeah, they're the ones walking around with their faces stuck in their phone. They can't deal with reality. That's probably who your typical troll is. Yeah, there's another one of them geniuses. They just crush your bones for soup. Yeah, yeah. So and that's only a half of one. They got like 6 to 8 minutes of burn time typically. Yeah, I like these ones. These are pretty cool. Yeah, and I looked them up, and everybody's has like the tins and stuff. They're like $12, 12.50, 12.99. And it makes sense with the way the shipping is, but I just decided to do them like 2 for 20. And that way there it's, 4 or $5 less than what other people are doing. And it's money I can put towards the channel instead of doing like super chats and stuff like that. Like I'm so much more into the do something for something, not something for nothing. If I see another like bogus GoFundMe, I'm gonna puke. Um, so yeah, so I'd just I mean, yeah, I could do the broke unemployed skydiver thing, but I'd rather make a means to solving the issue at hand, So making the patches, making fire starters. Yeah, the next thing I'm gonna do is some like beeswax candles. I don't know, some people like the paraffin wax better. So I'll try both, see which ones work out. Do like I found some tins that are like the same diameter as these, but taller, so it'll make a slight, you'll get better burn time with a taller candle. So do like a triple wick of like this, redo some labels. Yeah, yeah, definitely build on it. Work on the branding thing. Do I have a Ouija board? No, I think those are. Oh, there's some goofy history behind those. It's just some novelty thing, like the fortune cookie comes out of California. So yeah, I don't know. I don't have a Ouija board, my man. But I would get one, like a backpack size one, though. So it's travel friendly. Yeah, hey, maybe I'll make a travel friendly, backpacking friendly Ouija board. Who's down with that? Oh yeah, I remember board games were the thing back in the day. Like everybody had that, especially in the Northeast for like power outages and stuff like that. Yeah, throw a couple candles on the kitchen table or something and play a game of Monopoly. Yeah, I think yeah, family pizza night. Yeah, we used to do all that stuff back in the day. Yeah, that thing's still burning, and it's on a flat, so there's actually more to burn there. See, there it goes again. But yeah, making the like, yeah, this is one of those things. Like, if you make a couple dozen fire starters for yourself for the upcoming season, that's one thing. But man, you crank out like 800, 900 of these bad boys, and you're like, okay, that's a little more monotonous than I thought it was gonna be. But yeah, Boogle Yahtzee. Um, yeah, I used to have the backpack size Connect Four. I think that's where I was going with that earlier. Um, oh, Mr. Generic, that's classified. Yeah, I went through like, well, I don't know, altogether like a half a dozen different recipes before I decided this was the best way to go. And actually, it wasn't me that decided; it was the community. Yeah, we've been burning these things up like, oh, I have a couple more than a few. Like, yeah, here's some of the prototypes that I have left. Prototypes, yeah, I know it's so scientific. Fire starter prototypes, but yeah, I guess it's pretty much what they are. And we went through a bunch of different recipes and stuff, and we was burning up dozens of these things every Friday night for like the last 6 weeks, 8 weeks, or something. And then I finally decided, well, yeah, I'll just go ahead and make them. Like, yeah, we figured out the best possible recipe, which ended up being this. Um, Yeah, they're in neo green. How trendy is that, right? I think next ones will make some like darker matrix green or something. I don't know. It's kind of fun to play with. But yeah, pow, that's how they start every time. And with really good burn time too. So yeah, so uh each tin has 6 of them in there, so easily you can get like 12 fires out of it without even trying. Because I was getting those little exotac fire tabs, and we even did some comparison with like the wet fire tinders, the Exotac tinder tabs, which are like, I think those are like 8.95 for like 12 of them. Those tiny little yeah, they go in the end here. These little there's actually four of them there. So these are 8.95 for 12 of them. So yeah, if you're gonna compare like sizes, like you could cut this into quarters, and it would do just as well as one of these little things. Yeah, so we burnt up a bunch of these too. Yeah, prototyping was got a little bit pricey. Oh yeah, 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 Pat. That toting around those bigger chainsaws not easy. I've run some of the bigger steel models. I can't even remember what they are. When I was doing that arborist work, and yeah, man, that's a workout. Especially, yeah, we were doing like yeah, there was an ice storm in Pennsylvania, and Queen of Prussia, that area. And so we went there doing like like removing, clearing roads and all that stuff. And we were working like 18 hours and then sleeping a few hours at a hotel. The hotel didn't even have power. And then yeah, man, we did that for like 2 weeks straight, and it was brutal, man. Like yeah, we spent 2 weeks clearing roads, pulling uh, trees off of houses and stuff like that. Like all like disaster relief, emergency work, that kind of stuff. Um, but yeah, that'll whoop on you. So yeah, that's one of the ones we compared it to. And then we had some of those wet fires, which those were pretty fun. Had a little bit too much fun with those. So, but yeah, that bad boy's still burning. It's a good little test because I started this ferro rod was new. So yeah, this thing's probably lit like 200 of these more, plus others. Yeah, probably more than a few hundred little tinders we went through in the last 6 to 8 weeks. Like, yeah, up all night burning stuff. Like, what a habit. Hey, Henry, Bigfoot researcher, how's it going, man? How goes the Bigfoot research? LC, what's happening, man? How you doing? Oh, really? Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, YouTube's been acting kind of funny lately. They make some changes, and I guess that happens all the time, though. But yeah, we're going over the fire starters again. That ended up coming up. But this should be the official troll salute or something, you know? When we got a troll in here, we'll just vamp and then snipe them. Yeah, I think I'm down to like 28 sets of those now, as well, which is cool. I think yeah, I'm gonna yeah, we got a couple of things we can add to that. There's a few other tabs and rockers that haven't been made yet. And then yeah, I think I'm gonna end up doing a set in like OD and black. I don't know why. I just yeah, I know exactly why, because that's what I like. So I might as well get the colors that I like the most, right? See how that rolls. And definitely OD, not lime green. Oh yeah, Henry Bigfoot. We've been testing out different fire starters. Like different recipes for fire starters and some of the different manufactured ones. Doing some comparison and stuff, and then yeah, I ended up doing my own little fire tins with fire starters. Aqua Donkey, what's happening? Welcome to the chat. How you doing? It's been a minute. Just getting caught up on the chat here, guys. Sorry about that. Yeah, well, yeah, I had to get rid of that fool. Oh, not LC. That yeah, I'm not even saying his screen name. If you guys didn't see it, yeah, one of those screen names where if you say it out loud, you know you're in trouble. So yeah, not happening though. We caught him. I sniped him because that's what we do for fun. But yeah, I got to be grateful for the trolls. You know, if it wasn't for the trolls, there wouldn't be the troll hunting club. So I guess whatever's clever, right? It'll catch on fire for sure, man. No, Nick, this is something else. This has a different type of accelerant in it. The I didn't like the way the Vaseline ones came out, and they're all messy and nasty. Yeah, I mean they definitely burn good, but yeah, and you can only fit like four of them in one of those tins. So, um, the first ones, I did just wax, just the wax in the cotton. Um, like this. I mean, they definitely they still work good. Um, there it is. There, that's just wax cotton, and this is the one that yeah, it has an accelerant in it, but it's not Vaseline. But yeah, you can see the one with the accelerant. It definitely has a higher flame a little bit. It burns hotter as well. And if I'm not mistaken, I think the burn time was a little bit longer. But yeah, lighting them is about the same. Like yeah, I don't know either. I've gotten finally good at it a little bit, but um, yeah, I've been getting them to light like pretty much first strike every time, as long as I don't miss it. You know, so more operator error than equipment error. Um, yeah, Nick. Yeah, I've never really done the char cloth thing. I know about it. I've tried it, but not really. Yeah, that whole flint and steel or char cloth, it just doesn't like my thing is I usually use like natural materials, like either fat wood or white birch bark or something. That's what I use probably 95% of the time. The only reason why I carried any commercial fire starters was for that time where you don't have time to go look around, like you fell in the creek. It's the middle of the winter, which has happened to my dumbass a few times. Um, yeah, yeah. There was one time, in fact, that when I was like a teenager, my little brother came out on a hike, like a winter hike, and got soaking wet, and he wore like low cut shoes with the snow, and it was like all slushy. So yeah, we ended up starting a fire to dry his feet out, stuff like that. Um, but yeah, yeah, that's what I use like the fire starters for. It's more like an emergency fire starter than it is um light every fire with it. I'll probably do it now. I'll use my own like when I start doing my camping videos and stuff. Yeah, why the hell not, right? Oh yeah, yeah, Henry Bigfoot. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Um, yeah, I used to do a lot of the winter stuff back in the day in New Hampshire, upstate New Hampshire, and yeah, when it's that cold winter rain, that'll make you miserable quick. Yeah, so the one with the accelerant, it actually, yeah, it did. It burned up quicker. But you've got an accelerant in there. That's what's going to happen, and it's not too much of a time difference. Oh yeah, yeah, Pat. Yeah, practicing starting a fire in wet weather conditions, always a good thing to do. Yeah, there's so much more I'd like to be doing. I just don't have access to a lot of things right now. But once I do, it'll be game on. I mean, there's some things like I'm gonna go out and do some rappelling for sure. I just got to get me some gear, but I'll do some videos out rappelling and doing stupid shit like that. I mean, stupid stuff. Damn, I did it again. And this one time at skydive camp, right on. Yeah, emergency rappelling. Yeah, yeah, you never know where you could go with that, like from a building and stuff. But the thing is with rappelling, you got to have training, like you got to know what you're doing. It's not something you just do in an emergency. Yeah, they talked about that, like base jumping from buildings for like emergencies. Like, there's no way base jumping is way too complex to just like, here's a rig, jump out a window. Like, no, you need some serious, like, is it even jumpable? Like, you need at least, 200 feet. Anything under 200 feet, and you're not gonna, I mean, even with no slider, yeah, you're not gonna do well in that situation. Yeah, and that's like base jumping, it's not how high you go, it's how low you go. Um, but yeah, 200 feet, 190 maybe, 195, but 200 is like, yeah, that's. Oh, I love the stuff they do in the movies. It's priceless. All the fake skydiving, fake base jumping, fake wingsuiting. Yeah, what was that movie where they did that? Oh, it was they jumped off a building and they did like this insanely long wingsuit flight, which is just, um, yeah, you would need to get out of a plane at like 30,000 feet with the wingsuit to get that much hang time. I built a fire on a pot bucket of water. Oh, right on, Henry. Yeah, what are those? The trioxin fuel? Is that the what I'm thinking of? Oh, Pat, I hate that movie. Um, dude. So I used to be partners in a rock climbing store, and so yeah, yeah. Anyhow, so the people I was partners with ended up one of them ended up in the hospital, so I ended up having to go in and work in my store. And I was just supposed to be like a financial investor, whatever. and it was when Cliffhanger came out, and the number of people that came in looking for that bolt gun that he had, like that doesn't exist, man. Like you got to hand hammer that stuff. I mean, you can use like a Bosch drill or something, but yeah, there's no little like pow and the thing screws in and man, yeah, that's Cliffhanger. See, when you do this stuff, and it's part of your life, like you hate the movies. Like I said, I can't stand skydiving in movies. It's like I don't know, it's torture. Here, I might as well like do the other half. Yeah, this was the one with that was just wax. Then yeah, I said I shouldn't be doing this stuff. And here I am doing it again. Well, like once you start, you can't stop. I think that's why they're called pyro pucks. Yeah, damn things are like Pringles, right? There we go. Yeah, the plain wax doesn't light up as quick. Yeah, yeah, Cliff and yeah, the part where her buckle breaks, it like snaps. Yeah, that harness was I've had a couple of those harnesses. It's the Black Diamond Alpine Bod harness, and they had like different versions of it. They had like just the one with webbing, then they came out with like the comfort version that had like fleece lining in the waistband and um yeah, those buckles don't just like come apart and bend apart like that and everything just off some 120 pound, 110 pound chick. I don't know how much she weighed, but yeah, that's not real. Oh yeah, Act of Valor. Yeah, I think I saw part of that. I didn't see the whole thing. T Rex, what's happening, my man? Welcome to the chat. How you doing, brother? Oh yeah, like I said, if the most realistic skydiving movie ever made is the movie Cutaway, and it was written and directed and stuff by a world champion skydiver. His name's Guy Manos. Really cool dude. But yeah, he did the movie Cutaway. It has like Tom Berenger, freaking Dennis Rodman or something like that. I think that's what his name is. Yeah, a few other people. But it's the most realistic portrayal of like what skydiving was through like the 90s and 2000s, right up until like I don't know, I think around 2015 is when skydiving really started making this awkward change. Maybe a few years earlier. Yeah, it's a random movie. It's called Cutaway though. And like I said, yeah, it's got Tom Berenger. You can find it on like I don't know, maybe eBay or Amazon or something like that. A copy of it. But yeah, that's the most realistic. And like I said, it was because it was directed by a skydiver. Like the airplanes used in the movie are the same airplanes we used in skydiving. They just leased them out for the movie. Same way, like a lot of drop zones don't own their airplanes; they lease them out from bigger like aviation companies. So, yeah, even the movie, yeah, the airplanes and stuff are um, real jump planes, and a lot of the footage was filmed in I think Sebastian, Florida, Skydive Sebastian. They did some of it there. A couple other drop zones where Guy Manos was friends with the owner. So, yeah, yeah, the videos like the packing of the parachutes is accurate. Yeah, everything about it's accurate. I think the only thing like Dennis Rodman couldn't do his own um, skydives because of his basketball contract or something like that. But yeah, most realistic skydiving video out there. Oh yeah, we got it all going on. We're cooking it up mighty fine. Should probably let it air out for a couple minutes. I need to get like an exhaust fan up in here if I'm gonna keep playing this stupid game. And it does make a mess. I end up cleaning up a whole bunch of soot and whatever. Clint Crosby, how you doing, my man? Welcome to the chat. How are you doing this fine morning? We're just yeah, having some coffee, burning some stuff, talking some shop. Um, B&A got a new chainsaw. Oh yeah, B&A sore from new chainsaw. um, yeah, we like to keep everybody up to date on the latest and greatest news. Suppose yeah. Yeah, for everybody, anybody just getting to the chat, we're down to 28 sets of the Troll Hunting Club patches, the FAFO division. F around and find out, and we're doing it. Whoops, I gotta get. It's like one of those you got to touch it lights, and whoops, there we go. Kapow, yeah, and yeah, we'll almost definitely be adding to that. That's a fun thing to do. And valuable lessons were learned along the way. So, yeah, it's been one heck of a project. So, yeah, we got two things up and running now: the fire starters and the troll hunting club patches. Yeah, yeah, LC, I got the picture of that for sure. Yeah, on Instagram. Yeah, I meant to reply back. I was checking it out though. That's pretty cool. Um, yeah, so I wonder what the time frame would be to make like an entire chainmail shirt or something. Um, yeah, so and yeah, once I get some of the sales going on the fire pucks and stuff like that, and I recover from the patches, yeah, like I said, I'm gonna do some like beeswax and paraffin candles, like in tins, for outdoor use. Um, yeah, what else am I gonna do? And start doing some outdoor videos. Yeah, I like I said, I missed the watch hours. I thought I was at like 4,018. But after YouTube took their cut, I ended up at like 3,979. So I missed it by like 21 hours last week. I'm like, oh, but based on my math, like after you close out a live, it tells you what your watch hours were. So I've been like keeping track of it like a checkbook, like deducting the hours each week. And yeah, yeah, ironically it ended up being like 39 hours short of what what originally was. I don't know, maybe they go back and they take the time out from any trolls, like if you ban somebody. I wonder if that's how, but it takes them a while to compute it. Like they only update the watch hours are like 5 days behind. Oh yeah, yeah, Aqua Donkey. Yeah, I know. On my last one, they didn't tell me the hours either. So I wonder what that's all about. Or maybe they're not giving watch hours for live chats anymore. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. Yeah, I don't think it actually counts until after it posts, and then people come back after and watch. Like during the actual live, I don't think it. Um, yeah, Nick, it used to. Like during the actual live, yeah, it was pretty spot on. Um, yeah, I don't know why I like burning these things. It's kind of fun. Yeah, Aqua Donkey, it used to, but yeah, and then I don't know. I'll see what happens after this one. I'll make it a point to check. Oh, thanks, Kay. I'll definitely appreciate it. Yeah, well, it's a product of the community. We've been testing these things out for the past 6 to 8 weeks and tried a few different recipes and compared them against some other fire starters and yeah, now We're in production. Actually, yeah, we did the production part. Yeah, now we're yeah, it's a done deal. Very cool. Yeah, I don't know, Nick. And they're always changing the game. It's hard to keep like sometimes they change stuff and I don't know about it for weeks or months or like, oh, I missed the boat on that one. But yeah, I'm not working overtime to figure out the algorithm. It's way too confusing for me. So I just figure I'm gonna do the traditional. I do whatever you can do and do the best I can do and yeah, post when I can. I mean, I'm not gonna like overdo it. But I shouldn't say I put a lot of time into it behind the scenes, like, but um, yeah, I'm just gonna work at a steady rate. Is I think what I'm saying. Like, I'm not gonna try to figure out I mean, if there's something I'm doing that's stupid, that's like I said, doing those, like, 9, 10-hour live chats, um, that brought the view time so low. That's part of the reason why YouTube's not putting out my channel as much, is because, people hang out for, like, whatever, 20, 30 minutes, it's cool, and then, there's other lives, you can go catch that live and then come back here later or something, and it's a really fun way of doing everything, but it ends up being, like, 1.17% of the video gets watched. So, like, based on the low percentage rate, it just, like, you know like, that makes sense, right? Did I explain that fairly? So, pow, what did I do with the other half of that? Yeah, so, yeah, so that's where we're at. And yeah, we got like snow yesterday. Um, well, it really wasn't so. It was more like 5 inches of slush, 5 or 6 inches of slush, like just wet, nasty. Like, come on, really? Like, I was really looking forward to the trails drying up and stuff and getting out more. But Hawk Slings, good morning, man. How you doing? Yeah, yeah, Nick. So it was showing like, yeah, like 1 point something percent of the video gets watched because, it is what it is. A lot of people come through and, you know, like I said, that was the whole point of it. I can't complain, but I didn't know that that's a bad thing, for the algorithm and stuff. Like somebody was explaining it to me. So I'm like, yeah, that does make sense. And yeah, like you got to get people watching like 50, 60, 70% of your videos for YouTube to start pushing them out. So being down at like 1.7% is like, it's yeah, no good. But like I said, I'm still gonna do stuff like that. Like I don't know, maybe like a holiday thing or I don't know. I'll do it for the fun of it. Like it's not all about the algorithm. It's more about like doing the thing. Oh, right on. Yeah, Nick. Yeah, I definitely appreciate that, and that is a huge help. Um, yeah, and I thought about like how many I don't watch a lot of like rerun live chats that are like 8 or 9 hours. So yeah, even the rewatch time is not all that great. Um, but yeah, it's like it ends up being like a few out of like 5,000 or however many views you get. You know, but yeah, the average view time is yeah, that was killing me. So I think yeah, I might factor in a few more lives. Like, because I still want to put the hours in, but I'll just have to do it like split up throughout the week a little bit more. But I want to keep some time so I can get out if I'm going to do some like 2 or 3 overnighters or something like that. Um, yeah, like I'm going to need that time to go out and do all that stuff and then video it and then edit it. So, um, but yeah, we'll see how it rolls. And I think I'm gonna for the I might have it like work seasonally too. Like I might do less lives during the summer and do more videoing and stuff like that, like long form videos and shorts and things like that. And then in the winter, when I'm not getting out as much, then like trade that out, increase the number of lives, and like work it with the seasons. And yeah, fortunately, we did sell a few of these tins already, so I don't know, maybe like half a dozen or so. So, but yeah, it's in the works. Everything's going good. So yeah, so I think some more random lives during the week until the weather gets better. Oh, thanks, Nick. Yeah, I try to keep them real. Like I don't know. Just I guess it's become part of the channel. Like I did it trying it out to see how it would go, and it's worked out good because I've only done lives for like 4 months now, and it's was enough to get the channel monetized and heading in the right direction. Yeah, we just passed 5,000 subscribers. I think we'll stay there. It like it's been weird. It's been up and down like for like the past week and a half, like right around 5,000 subscribers, but I think it's up to like 5,009 now or something. So, but yeah, it's been weird the way YouTube's been putting out the channel. Like I guess it works like that. I guess a bunch of ebbs and flows. Like some things do better than others, but T-Rex, I use a sharpening system. I use the Lansky mostly for like probably like 35 years, and then I have just the basic work sharp, which I'm not a big fan of because there's a lot of play in the piece. But yeah, the one I want to get is the Wicked Edge Gen 4 Pro. Um, yeah, I yeah, I don't do a lot. Yeah, I've never done a lot of freehand sharpening. Like maybe some freehand honing in the field if I needed to, but other than that, no. Um, good morning, Irish John. Welcome to the chat. How you doing, brother? Yeah, Nick. Yeah, that could be like a lot of people starting up YouTube channels, and um, yeah. Just I think a lot more people going doing lives and stuff as well. And yeah, I know that has a. But I mean, I guess that's part of YouTube. I guess it's always been like that, and it's probably always going to be. There's always new people starting up channels, and there. I mean, and there's always channels that stop posting. So I guess that's YouTube. I mean, geez, even Demolition Ranch. The demand of YouTube and stuff. He decided to step down and have more family time. So I think if you're really going to play the game, it's a matter of like, yeah, it becomes like a 7 day a week job. Like pretty much when you're awake, you're doing it. So, oh yeah, Nick, no doubt, it's evolved a lot since 2019. I mean, look, you can't even do it doesn't show the thumbs down count. I mean, that was one major change. Shorts became like the thing. That was a huge game changer, and that was just them wanting to compete with TikTok. Uh, so yeah, trying to yeah, but yeah, so yeah, there's a lot, and I'm sure it's like 5 years from now, it's going to change. Even just as much, maybe more. Who knows what's going to happen? Yeah, it's just a matter of evolving with it, and trying to you got to work with the algorithm to some degree if you want to do this as a full-time gig, I think. Yeah, you definitely got to cater to YouTube, or to some degree. Yeah, lives are a thing. Like I didn't get into lives until 2020 or so. 2019, 2020 is when I watched the. Yeah, no. I want to say I started watching YouTube in like 2019, And then it wasn't until 2020 when, there was nothing going on, I ended up getting involved in some lives. One of the channels I used to watch, Lone Wolf 902, I used to watch his channel a bunch, and he did like a weekly live, sometimes like twice a week for like a year straight, um, during COVID. And I watched that a whole bunch. I was like pretty active in the community. In fact, that's how I met this guy named Doc who works at Blackout Coffee, and he's the one that hooked me up with the affiliate through Blackout Coffee, which was cool. Oh yeah, Nick, he used to do like straight up backyard bushcraft stuff. I think he pulled most of those videos off though. But yeah, he was into the wax canvas and all that stuff. But yeah, it was still interesting. It was fun to watch. It was pretty decent. And yeah, I was, yeah, oh yeah, it was an awkward time for me because I was used to being outside, like being at the drop zone all the time. To oh, now there's nothing to do. So yeah, I watched a little bit of YouTube. Desert Driven, what's happening, man? How you doing? It's been a minute. Joe Robinet, yeah, I watched some of him. He ended up crashing his motorcycle and ended up with like a TBI or something. And I think he tried getting back into the YouTube thing, but I'm not sure. I don't think he really did. Um, yeah, kind of like an awful thing, and yeah, that's why you should always wear a helmet when you're on the motorcycle thing and doing that kind of stuff. Um, yeah, so I know that had like a major effect on his life. It changed a lot of his life. So, but yeah, who else? TA Outdoors. I used to watch a lot of his stuff during that time frame. I used to watch some of the Canadian Prepper, but he got a little too doomsday for me, a little too apocalyptic. And so, yeah, I don't watch the Canadian Prepper as much. I watch a lot of knife channels. I don't know, I like knives. So, oh yeah, yeah, LC. That's some coin for the system. Yeah, I like the fact that um like you sharpen both sides at the same time. There's no flipping the knife back or keep. Yeah, I mean, like it's a nice steady sharpening system, and it's accurate. The reviews on it are the bomb, and it's no, not probably, it will be the last sharpening system I'll buy in my lifetime. Like yeah, I just plan to buy once. Probably I probably won't cry over it, but we'll use the saying, buy once, cry once, and just be done with it. And yeah, that's where I'm gonna roll with that. Oh, John, those are the fire starters I made. Um, yeah, the ones that we've been burning during the lives. Um, yeah, I did the Bushcraft Rebooted and the Pyro pucks, and yeah. But yeah, I ended up making like 100 of the tins. There's like six in each one. Plus, I made some to, because I want to play with fire too. What is that? Yeah, this is a bad habit. This is a yeah. If you're selling, you shouldn't be using your own stuff. I'm failing miserably at that one. Right? Yeah, yeah. Print out some index cards. Oh yeah, the prepared airman. In fact, yeah, I watched some of his stuff in the last like 2 months or so. He's got some stuff on Full Tank Tactical. He uses their chest rig, and he's got some modifications for it. And yeah, the Prepared Airman's got some pretty good videos too. Right on, yeah, John. I think that was like a public vote as well. Like we came up with a few different names, and one of those Friday, or yes, like Saturday morning, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning thing. Um, oh yeah, absolutely, Nick. It's all about product demonstration. Um, yeah, I totally believe in that. Like, then you can pass judgment. Like, the product talks for itself or something like that. Some cool marketing lines got to fit in there. I'll let you guys fill in the blanks. Be shady. What's happening, man? Welcome to the chat. So, yeah, that's what we got going on with those. And then, yeah, there's another small U.S. company. I'm gonna try to get that order. I'll try to get that one for next Friday. So there'll be something a little new, a little different. Um, and yeah, another small U.S. maker, but it's a cool little product. I think you guys will dig it. So, yeah, I'm gonna order that up probably tonight and hopefully have it for Friday. Oh yeah, desert driven. Yeah, in fact, I'm down to like 28 sets of those patches. Um, and we ended up doing the set for $20. Anybody that's interested, you can DM me on Instagram or send me an email, bushcraftrebooted@gmail.com. And yeah, we're doing mostly payments through PayPal, Venmo, Cash App. I don't know what else. We've got a few of those going on now. So yeah, whatever works best for you, but PayPal's quick and simple. Um, so yeah, we're down to like 28 sets of these, and then we're gonna add to it hopefully. I had to make some adjusting to stuff because of the shipping and everything came out like totally, yeah. Yeah, so we got the patches in, and then yeah, I did the fire tins, and next I'm gonna do some like beeswax candles, I think, to complement the fire starters. Come up with a few other things. Papa Rhino, how you doing, my man? Welcome to the chat. So yeah, so I decided, yeah, I would try to come up with a few products, you know, to help like fund the channel and stuff, rather than, I don't know, other like I said, there's so much of that digital panhandling, e-begging, GoFundMe's and all that stuff. Like I'd rather make like a decent product and sell it than yeah, do all that stuff. Like yeah, yeah, Nick, exactly. Yeah, the patches are fun, but the fire starters are practical. So, there's that entertainment and information or education. You know what I mean? Like something useful, something fun. That's how I like to roll. Yeah, it's just I think it's a good way to do life, actually. Like, yeah, even skydiving was like that for me. All the serious stuff. Well, skydiving was serious, but yeah, all the labor intensive stuff like that happened in the rigging loft, the packing of the parachutes, the inspections, making gear, modifying gear, doing all that was all the work. But then, yeah, I'll go tear it up on lunch break. Like, I would try to get on a load every day for lunch break and stuff just to do a fun jump if I was working in the rigging loft. So yeah, you got to mix it up. You got to keep life fun. Like, yeah, that's one of the things I figured out in skydiving. If all I did was the work end of it, it drove me batshit crazy. Um, but yeah, as long as like would remind myself, like go out, have some fun, hang out with the fun jumpers, and like get back to skydiving and take a break from working. Like life was grand. So yeah, I'm gonna try to do the same approach with this: practical, useful, but we'll do some fun stuff along the way. Um, Trying to send you monies. I need to confirm the last four digits of phone for Venmo. We can do that this evening. I got to drive back to work soon. All right, yeah, Papa Rhino. I'll yeah, shoot me a DM on Instagram when you're around, and yeah, we'll square that up. Thanks, man. Yeah, thanks, Nick. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I just think that stuff's important to me. Like, yeah, I'm not like I love technical stuff. I love the specs and all that, but so it's just the practicality, the fun of using it. Like, yeah, that was a mistake I made when I was younger, buying knives. I didn't understand all the metallurgy and stuff like that. And I just bought whatever was marketed. Like, oh, that's a good knife. Yeah, I wasn't like I learned a lot of stuff in life the hard way. I'm no genius for sure, but yeah, I'd rather like even in parachute rigging. I didn't memorize a lot of the specifications for like different chords and stuff like that. There's so many silly little numbers to remember. I know there's people that geek out on it to that level and memorize everything, but yeah, I was taught you don't have to know the information. You just have to know where to get the information and how to verify it. So yeah, a lot of referencing books and stuff like that. Yeah, I didn't waste my time memorizing a lot of stuff. I would just reference a book, and I think I'm the same way when it comes to a lot of knives and everything. Like, um, yeah, the exact like is it 11 inches or 11 and a quarter? Like, yeah, 11's close enough. It's not that big of a deal. Yeah. As I'm rambling on about nothing. Oh, LC Cutaway is on Prime. Yeah, so anybody who has Amazon Prime, you can watch that movie Cutaway, I guess. So if you want a slight idea of what skydiving was like throughout the 90s and the 2000s. Like I said, it started going a little south um, around 2015 or so. Honestly, a lot of stuff going on that was changing the skydiving industry. One of the big things was what the hell's the name of it? Groupon. Groupon massively changed skydiving on a lot of levels because people started getting like real competitive with the pricing. Yeah, like you could, and but then they were screwing everybody over because they were selling you like this tandem skydive for like $129, and the going price was like 200, 220. So they were selling it the tandem skydive on Groupon for like 119 or 129. But then they charged you like when you got there, they charge you like a $50 gear rental fee, which is the standard in the industry. Like if you're a fun jumper and you don't own gear, um, you basically yeah you rent a rig for the day for like 50 or 60 bucks depending on where you're at. But yeah, they started screwing people with Groupon with that. Like, yeah, $50 gear rental fee, $5 booking fee, $5 registration fee, $5 goggle fee. If you lost your goggles, they were like 20 bucks. And I'm like, yeah, but the cheesy student ones are only like $5, but they would charge you 20 bucks for it if you lost them. Yeah, so it just came to like the micro fees, the add-on micro fees. Yeah, brought it up to like 229. Like they ended up charging more for it, but it made the skydiving industry look really bad, like marketing wise. Like, oh, you get a tandem for 129, but when you get there to use your Groupon, it would actually cost you well over 200. Oh, speaking of Olight, Nick, did anybody hear that like Timu or something bought out Olight? Oddly enough, I don't know. The only information I heard was Mrs. Bushcraft saw it on her Facebook thing or something. Like a lot of people talking about like Timu bought out Olight. Did anybody? Is that or is that just like some fake book information? Oh yeah, yeah. Olight makes all kinds of. I've got a. I used to have more of their stuff, but I've got the Warrior Mini 2, the i3T EOS, the double the two double yeah, two AAA version of whatever the hell this thing's called. See, there's those silly acronyms I don't get caught up in anymore. The i3T Pro, the two AAA version. I got one of those. I've got a few others. I've got a bunch of their little pen lights, pocket light, like keychain lights. like a bunch of these. Um, yeah, I'm not a fan of the rechargeable ones. I like this one, whatever it is. It takes like one AAA battery, and yeah, it's the i3E EOS. Because then you can change a battery out. Like you don't like when it goes, you know what I mean? Like I don't know. It makes sense to me. But I like, like if you're out camping outdoors and stuff, like it's just easier to change a AAA battery or, traveling or something. Like and then you're like, 20 seconds later you got light again or maybe a minute or two if you got to dig the batteries out. But you're not waiting 2 or 3 hours like for it to charge. Like yeah, that was like my headlight used to screw me over all the time. Mountain biking, like if I decided like if it was too hot during the day, I would like just camp for the day and then ride at night when it was much cooler. And so I would go through a lot of run time. Here, let me start this quick product review. That's what the cool kids are doing. But yeah, some of you guys have seen this. This is Night Rider Lumina Flare like 750 or something. It's like 750 lumens. It has like three modes, but this is the headlight for my mountain bike, and it's a great light and everything. The problem is it's like internal batteries only. So once the battery went dead, it took like 2.5, 3 hours for it to charge. So I'd be sitting on the side of the road for like 2.5, 3 hours waiting for this thing to charge. Yeah, that's why I got into like, okay, no more internal only batteries. Like whatever I get has to have an external battery source and or be able to back it up on like a USB power, like a battery bank or something. But yeah, exactly, Nick. Yeah, it's got to be like swappable batteries now for me. Or like I said, if it is something like this, it's got to be able to run off a a battery bank. Like you can plug in the USB while it's running, and it'll run some stuff you can't operate it while it's charging. So yeah, that one's cooking pretty good. Yeah, yeah, interchangeable, and that's yeah, man. I think the best battery choice for me so far is like the 18650s, which is the Warrior Mini 2. There's some other makers. Ace Beam has a version that I'm going to check out eventually. Um, but yeah, the cool thing is here's another company that's made in the USA, Therm, THYRM. And this is a waterproof container. It's like Molly friendly. You can clip it down on Molly, and it fits the 18650 batteries perfectly. And these are made in the USA, Therm. Um, so like also, oops, did the interwebs crash? No, it just froze up for a really long time. Can everybody hear me? Yeah. So yeah, they've got these, but then they've also got a Vault 5M or something, um, which I haven't gotten all the batteries for it. But then they make one of these big boxes, and all the parts are interchangeable. Like the inside, they got a whole bunch of different options. Um, but yeah, you can fit like four 18650s in this thing. You can set it up for like CR123s. They've got a AAA battery insert version now that carries like four per row. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of different battery combinations that you can do with this thing. So, but I got it so it'll fit a bunch of 18650s. And then some of the stuff that runs off of 18650s will run off like two CR123s, 123As or something. So, yeah, it could carry a few of those as well just in case you don't get to charging. Yeah, they've got these in Like I like the OD in black, so I've been getting OD. But they've got them in like flat dark earth. They've got a multicam version. That one's pretty SEXY. I wouldn't mind getting the multicam version, for the extra bling bling. Why not, right? Got to stay like full cupcake commando. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with being tactical. But yeah, I like the OD in black, so I've been getting OD. But yeah, they have those other colors. They got a black, um, flat dark earth, olive drab, multicam. They might have some, like I think some of their stuff comes in like safety orange or something for like search and rescue. Maybe fire department stuff like that. Yeah, yeah. I've had batteries short out on me before. Like I used to just throw them in a Ziploc bag and then throw them in my backpack or a pannier or whatever. But yeah, I had batteries like I'd go to use them and they were junk. Because they would, like yeah, like short out whatever in the Ziploc bag. So yeah, that and I use the storage cells as well for my AAA's. When I got this, Therm didn't have any inserts for AAA's. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. But they have them now. So who knows? Maybe I'll end up getting the multicam version and I'll get the AAA inserts. But I use these storage cells, and usually they come in a little Ziploc bag that's pretty good, lasts for a while. But yeah, I carry all my AAA's in this, and yeah, a couple of these because I usually have. I used to run a Petzl headlamp, whatever the Tikas or the Zika, whatever one. I went through a few of them, but then they started making them really crappy. So I've been looking into some other headlamps. I think I'm going to try out the Princeton Tech, like for like a AAA headlamp. I don't know. I like running a AAA platform. It's usually plenty enough, like with the flashlights for like normal camping stuff. Um, the same thing with the headlamps. Like I use Petzls. It took three, so carrying one of these is like two refills, and I carry the lithium ion batteries. The Energizer ones, they're lighter and they last longer. So you definitely get better runtime out of your small devices with the lithium batteries. And yeah, like I said, they're lighter. So when you're hauling out a bunch, but I think they have like a 12 version of this, but I only get the six ones because that way there I could put like uh, you know one in the belt pouch or something, another one in the backpack. Yeah, yeah, Nick. Yeah, that's where those like crazy high beam stuff comes in, is those search and rescue lights. And justifiably so. They're looking for people or whatever they're looking for, an aircraft, an automobile, or random hikers. So yeah, yeah, I see a lot of people geeking out over those super high power ones, but honestly, like something like a Warrior Mini 2, like 18650 battery or smaller, like I don't mind the double A stuff because you can get the 14500 rechargeables. But it's hard to find a headlamp that's in double A. I think a few places have them, but not nothing I'm a big fan of. So I tend to stick to triple A for like small pocket lights. Um, like yeah, stuff like this. Like I said, I got to replace my headlamp. The one I have now, I'm not a fan of. I am going to try the Princeton Tech ones. But yeah, so you could carry something like this, and you've got like two sets of batteries, or if you're only running the single one, you've got six sets of batteries. And in fact, I'm going to switch out. I've carried like the two AAA version and the one AAA version for like as long as I can remember. I don't know why; it just worked out that way. Um, but I actually prefer the single battery one over the double. So I think in the future, I'm going to cut out the two AAA ones and just carry two of the single AAA flashlights. Yeah, I don't know why I've done that, but I've done that for like. Here, I'm going to burn this last one and then I'm going to move this so we can get into some gear stuff. But I might as well. I've got this out, right? For those who haven't seen the magic. Uh, No, Nick, I don't have the S2 baton. I've got two of the Warrior Mini twos left, and yeah, I don't. I might get. They had that Micro Warrior one. I might check that one out. But yeah, if anything, I'd probably go a little bit smaller. Yeah, yeah, I've seen the batons. Those are interesting as well. But yeah, I think I'm gonna get. If I were gonna go smaller, I'm gonna get the Micro Warrior is gonna be the next one, and then I want to find another AAA one. Yeah, I want to look into the rechargeable batteries for these as well, like how they work in Olights. You know, the ones that have the USB-C ports right into the battery. But I'm not sure, like the little charging end of it, if it works out power wise. Yeah, but I think the ultimate flashlight I want to get is that Ace Beam Terminator MTX or something. It's like a side by side. One side is like a focused searchlight, and the other side is a floodlight. So you've got a floodlight and like a long distance beam all in one. It runs off the 18650 battery. It's got a bunch of different modes. It's got the RGB, so you can, if you're stealth camping or something, you can use the red light in your tent or whatever. Yeah, I think that's the ultimate. Like, yeah, I gotta have it kind of flashlight. The Streamlight ProTac is a fantastic light, extremely bright and compact. Yeah, yeah. I couldn't agree more. Yeah, I like Streamlight as well. Um, in fact, I ran Streamlight for I can't. I'm not gonna like well over 10, 12 years. Yeah, there's the Streamlight. Yeah, the ProTac and the Streamlight. Yeah, that's what it is. Well, anyhow, these ones. And yeah, I've always done that. I don't know why. I have like the one AAA and then the two AAA, and like I think I went into it like the two AAA was my primary, and this goes back to replacing the Maglite. Y'all remember the Maglite double A's and triple A's and stuff? Um, yeah, this replaced it like the Maglite with the Streamlight. And so I did the same thing, but I bought this shorter one, like, oh, I can throw that in a pack or something as a backup. But I ended up using the one AAA more than the two AAA, so much so that now I'm gonna do it. Whereas I run like two AAA flashlights, one cell each, rather than you know. Justin, the Baton 3 is awesome. That's my EDC, the Warrior Mini on my vest. Yeah, that's kind of where I go. I usually have like a small AAA like in my pocket, and then like a larger flashlight I put in my pack or something, or yeah, on a vest. That's why I'm most definitely getting into the chest rig. Like I'm gonna give that. Yeah, Full Tank Tactical has a sweet like what's it called? Modular chest rig kit bag or something like that. But yeah, it's got all kinds of add-ons. It's definitely modular. Um, but yeah, I want to start running like not a tactical chest rig, but like have all my kit and stuff up off the belt, all that good stuff. Um, some stuff easier access. I'll probably mess around with it. I'll change the thing around 20 times. That's the whole point. That's the fun of getting something modular. But I'll do it more like on a. I'll load it out more like for like bushcraft adventures, things like that. Yeah, field vest. I actually, man, I built a few of my own because I like the concept of like a chest rig, a vest so much. For I was doing a lot of trail running back in the day. Um, and yeah, so I was trying to build one out. I would do it in my spare time in the rigging loft, but which is hard to find. I wish I still had them. Like some of them came out pretty cool, but it was a more streamlined. Like Solomon has a great version of it now for trail running and stuff. Yeah, SOE. There's another FHF. It's like a hunting outfitter or something. They make a pretty decent chest rig, but I think as far as like modularity goes, based on the research I've done, I think Full Tank Tactical definitely has that nailed. But it comes at a pretty hefty price tag. The base price and stuff isn't too bad, but once you start kitting it out, it gets a bit expensive. So yeah, the micro streams are awesome. Um, Let me get rid of this stuff. You got ashes flying all over the place. Well, that goes with that one, right? That's an light. Yes, that's basically what I run most of the time. And then yeah, I'm not very much into the double A. I don't know why, but this is the only double A one that I have, and I got this as like one of those Olight package deals, super deals. The i5T EOS. That's the only double A flash. Well, no, I can't say that. I've got this one, and then Nightcore sent me this one, the which I like the Nightcore flashlights as well. These are pretty sweet. But this is the MT2A Pro, and this is it has a USB rechargeable inside of it, but you can put two double A's in there. Um, and they just came out with the single cell version, so I might get that. I'm pretty impressed with the Nightcore lights. Bobo Schnoggins, what's happening? How you doing, man? Welcome to the chat. Yeah, one single tourniquet's 35. Yeah, everything's gotten way more expensive for sure. Um, Noticeably more expensive. Yeah, and then I'm kind of researching power banks as well. I know the technology with those is always all over the place, but I've been researching some of that as well. Like some nice compact, lightweight, but like high, like 10, 20,000 mAh power banks. Yeah, I guess. And then we got our 18650s, and that's pretty much everything I'm running for the most part, except for some pocket lights. But yeah, I got into the Olight off of Streamlight. I don't know. We were just trying it out, and I've had some of their others. I had like the Warrior 3. I had a couple of those. I kind of had a little bit of a collection going. But yeah, I sold off probably 90% of them. Yeah, I haven't tried Coast yet, Nick. Um, yeah, so and then yeah, I've got a couple of these store cells putting some different packs and stuff, whatever. But yeah, for the AAA, I just run the store cells, and I'll carry like two or three of those with lithium batteries. Like yeah, when I'm doing distance stuff, or I'll carry at least two of them. I'll carry like a dozen at a time. Yeah, that's the whole thing. Yeah, and then it gets into like a brightness where, unless you're doing something like search and rescue or tactical stuff, like you don't need a light that bright. Hiking and stuff, as long as you can see like a good 15, 20 feet in front of you, you're pretty solid. At least that's the way I've always done it. And I usually end up with stuff that's pretty good. I went through like some of the like the Petzl Duo and stuff headlamps. I used to use a lot of Petzl, but for some reason their quality went down drastically, and I started looking for other stuff. Um, yeah, and even yeah, when you look at the batteries, the weight of the batteries and stuff, like if you bump it down from double A to triple A and from 21,700 down to 18,650 and carry it like yeah, once I'll get some more batteries and stuff. I'll do some comparisons with stuff like that. Yeah, yeah, exactly, Nick. It's almost like that moonlight mode is almost a necessity now. At least for me it is. Yeah, I use that more than anything. And if you go hiking a few times on a full moon where you can see the trail with no headlight or anything, um, yeah, it really changes your use of the light. Like, yeah, do a couple of moonlit hikes. We used to do it rock climbing too, like go rock climbing on a full moon because the visibility was that good. Yeah, yeah, like inside a car. But yeah, and I think that's why if I were going to do the one and done when it comes to a flashlight system, I think that's why it's that Ace Beam Terminator. Which yeah, I'll have one at some point. Um, yeah, Justin, the PayPal is the same as the channel. You just use the email. It's bushcraftrebooted@gmail.com. Yeah, yeah, Nick, and then you can get away with, if you're using mostly Moonlight at night, you could get away with, 118 650 battery for like a week. Depending on what the run, I know it's all different run times and so on and so forth and type of battery, but yeah, you could definitely get it to run, off of one battery for like a week, sometimes two or something. Depends on the usage. Like if you're using like minimal or next to nothing at night, I mean, 118 650 battery will last you a month on Moonlight. Um, Yeah, Coast Lights. I'd have to check them out, but yeah, like I said, I think the bomb diggity of the like if I were going to carry one flashlight and that's it, which come on, I'm not doing that. I like carrying more than that for sure. Um, but yeah, it would be that Terminator, the Ace Beam Terminator MTX or whatever with RGB. It's got a cool little nomenclature. I'll have to memorize it at some point, but it's something like that. But yeah, it's got like the like multiple colors of like small LED. I think they're only like 5 lumens or 20 like it's a small use like red LED. And then yeah, you've got one side that's a floodlight, the other side that's um a focus beam like a spotlight style. So yeah, yeah, I think it's everything wrapped up into one, and like I said, it runs off the 18650 battery, and it's not difficult to carry a half a dozen of those if you wanted to. Running out of coffee. But yeah, it was actually this is the reason why I went out and got one of these, like, because I would use this as a camp light as well. It's even got a little red, and this worked perfect in the tent. You know, like you could even walk a trail with this, at night. Obviously, I got lights and everything on here. It's not really showing up very well. But yeah, the problem I have with this thing is when the battery's dead, it's got a USB little charge thing. But it takes like 2.5, 3 hours for it to charge. So I'm like, nah, it ran out of juice at all the wrong times. You know how that works, Murphy's laws. If it wasn't for bad luck, yeah, that's exactly when the battery on this would fail. It wouldn't fail; it'd just run out, and then I'd have to sit around like 2.5, 3 hours. So, yeah, that's one of one of the next things on my list of stuff to do. Well, I think it's in like the top 5 or 6 at least. I've got a couple other few other things I want to do, but yeah, this from Coast. I'll have to check them out. I'll definitely look into it. But that'll definitely go on the list after the Ace Beam Terminator. Yeah, yeah, Justin, it's under Pamela. Yeah. But you should have it. You should see the Bushcraft Rebooted logo and stuff. That's all on there. We switched that up. Yeah, I love the rechargeables. The thing that I like is Nightcore comes with it. Is they're the USB C rechargeable. Like you just plug the USB C right into the battery. But I'm not a fan of this one because there's like no storage for it. You know, if you were going to carry spare batteries for this, it just doesn't do that well. Like there's no plate. Like the single version, the one double A, you can. I mean, this can take two double A batteries, but the single version will fit into a standard battery carrier. Like if you get a storage cell, nobody's making storage cells or anything to take these extended like rechargeable batteries. So that's like hard to find storage for it. And like I said, I made my fair share of mistakes with that stuff. So now I make sure all my batteries are stowed properly. And but yeah, I'd like to get some. Like I know there's AAA ones out there and stuff, but then you got to worry about compatibility, all that stuff. So no, Nick, I've never 3D printed anything. No, I'm definitely interested in it. They're doing some pretty cool stuff with that. But no, I've never 3D printed anything. I've seen it done on YouTube, which I know that doesn't count for anything. But no, yeah, no, I don't 3D print anything yet. I think I'd probably get into doing custom kydex before I started doing 3D printing, or I'd have to derive off of something. Yeah, yeah, they'd definitely be fun to play with. I've seen all kinds of stuff that's 3D printed now. I was even looking into some 3D printed like tins like this. Um, but I'm gonna talk to a guy. Maybe I'll make like a special edition or something with 3D printed tins. Yeah, and the guy had them in OD as well. I found them on Etsy. There's tons of that stuff on Etsy, man. I get lost in there sometimes. Like there's a lot of really cool stuff. Some stuff I'd like to bring onto the channel just to show you guys like, hey, this is like, check it out if it's functional and built well and whatever, but oh yeah, yeah, Nick, most definitely there's definitely a shortage of custom kydex makers. And like, yeah, I enjoy making stuff. Like I would rather do custom kydex than stuff like I like stuff like this, but like monotonous production work I've never been into. Even like I've helped out with production at some of the places I worked at. Mostly I was hired to do R&D and test jumping and things like that, but if they were like far behind on stuff, I would try to help out with production like wingsuit stuff. Um, but because like usually when you work at a wingsuit place, you work at a specific position. You learn like there's only a little bit that you do, and then another portion, like somebody else does another portion of the wingsuit. And it's kind of like how they protect the trade as well. And back then, there was only maybe 15, 20 people on the planet that could build a wingsuit start to finish. And I fortunately was one of them. So it didn't matter what part of production fell behind because, like, if somebody called in sick, that section of production would fall behind. So sometimes I'd go over and help get caught up. But man, the production, monotonous, repetitive, over and over stuff, I can't. I have a hard time doing that all day. Like I can sit down at a sewing machine and work at a prototype for like an entire 6 days straight, 12 hours a day. But I'm building a wingsuit start to finish throughout the entire process. But yeah, doing the production stuff, I'm not a big fan. So yeah, I think the custom kydex would be right up my alley. Each one's going to kind of be like a one of. Yeah, yeah, Bobo Schnoggins. I used to build wingsuits like for skydiving and base jumping, proximity flying, all that stuff. I've worked with a lot of the biggest name skydivers in the world. I used to do a lot of work with the Red Bull jumpers, like all the Red Bull sponsored jumpers, both base jumpers and skydivers and wingsuits. Yeah, I was involved with wingsuits for Probably about 15 years altogether. Like 7 years, it was my winter job. Um, that's what I would do for the winter down in Florida. Watching some deer while burning all the. Yeah, I know, and they're not running from the fire, huh? That's even deer are getting pretty domesticated nowadays. But yeah, yeah, Bobo, yeah, I skydived for like 27 years. It was 2020, the Chinese AIDS that put me out of business. And that it's been confirmed that crap came out of Wuhan, so I can officially call it the Chinese AIDS, I guess. Maybe not. I'm probably getting in trouble for YouTube for that. You can't say that. Oh yeah, yeah, Bobo, it was awesome, man. Like, I truly lived my dreams. Yeah, man. Yeah, that was my thing. That's what I did. And that's why I got divorced twice, and relationships didn't last more than a year because I was too busy skydiving. And yeah, that's what I did like 7 days a week. Um, and yeah, and the coolest part about doing that was it allotted me to live other stuff I wanted to do. Like I wanted to get into long distance bike touring for years and just could never work it out. But working seasonally with skydiving, I would work spring, summer, and fall in the Northeast, like Massachusetts, Maine, New York, whatever. And then at the end of the season, I ended up riding my mountain bike to Florida. I would work in Florida for the winter. And I'm like, I worked all over Florida. I spent a couple winters down in Key West. I spent a bunch of winters in Zephyr Hills, Florida, which is actually kind of like the world capital of skydiving. It would be, everybody calls it Skydive City. Um, but yeah, I would work there weekends and stuff, and I would work for a company called Tony Suits, doing wingsuiting stuff. Yeah, yeah, I've done everything there is to do in skydiving, from wingsuiting to yeah, free flying RW relative work, and then like high performance canopy piloting, like from swooping to doing crew canopy relative work, which is like stacking, doing formations with parachutes, which you're not a crew dog until you had a wrap. B&A, what's happening, man, back in here? Yeah, it is. Grumpy still on vacation, or how's that looking for Grumpy? Knives are life. How you doing, man? This, oh yeah, there is a knife. Yeah, we got a couple of knives. We got a lot of flashlights out. We've been discussing flashlight options quite a bit this morning. Not too much on the knives. We was burning a whole bunch of stuff as well. But yeah, I've got the. See, that's the problem. Like, there's the magnets there on Olites. They definitely stick to your blade. That's real professional. Oh, way to go, amateur hour guy. Yeah, I've been using the Phobos Tier One BC, along with the Exotac Fire Rod XL, and we were testing a whole bunch of our. Well, we weren't. We're not testing them anymore. Yeah, I guess I was just burning stuff because for the fun of it, right? And doing, no, 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 no. For demonstration purposes, we was burning stuff. So, oh, Patty, yeah, but is he doing one today, Pat? You know? Because yeah, I lost. Yeah, it's 950. Yeah, I hope he's doing. From what I understood, he had yeah, he was doing some work on like the homestead, like where he lives. He was doing some work on the land on the property or something like that. So he was going to be busy. And but I'm not sure. I haven't talked to him myself. Oh yeah, but it's yeah, so you're out west. Yeah, it's 9:51 here on the East Coast. Yeah, yeah, exactly, Nick. As long as he's okay, I'm okay. But yeah, I understand like you definitely get busy in life. I know how that goes. Those magnets want to pull on everything. Oh, he's not all right. Cool, Pat. Thanks for checking that out for me, man. I definitely appreciate it. Yeah, because I try to catch his lives. I've been watching those for quite a while. It's in fact that's how I met a lot of people on here was through his lives. You lost a Raylight pineapple. That sucks, Pat. Yeah, the magnetic ones, they're always, yeah. I guess it's cool. You've always got a magnet on you. You know, in an extreme survival situation, if you dropped your keys down the sewer drain or something, you could definitely tape your Olight to a stick and get your keys out of the sewer, the gutter, the water drain. But extreme survival situations only would you do that. I think it would that would be a solid plan. So, yeah, not only do you have a flashlight, but you have a key rescue system. It's a see multi tool and everything. Yeah, Nick, when I'm working in the woods or doing stuff, yeah, I've got everything like tucked away. Um, yeah, but where are you gonna there? Well, you're not gonna run into too many water drains or water systems in the woods, so it's more like an urban hack. Wonder if I should do that. The ultimate urban hack and drop some keys down a drain or something. Make sure there's no water flowing, because that's gonna drag them away, and then rescue it with it. I'll tape my Olight onto a stick and rescue my keys. That'll be totally staged and just as fake as a lot of the other bushcraft videos, like that are getting millions of views. Yeah, seatbelts. Yeah, yeah. I've had that happen with knives a lot of times. Getting out of the vehicle back in the day, you'd catch the outside of the pocket clip on the seatbelt, and it'd fall on the ground. I'd hear it and pick it up. But yeah, yeah, another perk to riding a bicycle over a driving an automobile. Yeah, who was it? Somebody lost an expensive knife the other day too. I forget who it was. Um, was it? I think it was pizza operator. Maybe he lost one of his fancy knives. That sucks. That's gotta hurt. I know it hurts. Like I've lost a couple knives, but um, yep. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, Nick, that's the perk to losing something. Is yeah, maybe you lost a good knife or you lost a good Leatherman or something, but somebody had a great day because they found it. Somebody found that Leatherman or found your fancy knife or your fancy flashlight or fancy whatever it is you lost. That sucked for you, but it was a good day for somebody else. Hopefully, it was somebody that knew what they found. So, but yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap this one up, guys. We're coming up on the 2 hour mark. I'm gonna try to limit the lives to 2 hours. But yeah, make sure you click the notification bell because I'll be doing more of them. I'm still here to pay my dues and bide my time and put my effort in. So, uh, but yeah, unfortunately, the Friday 8 to 10 hour lives have been like devastating on the algorithm and the overall watch time. So I'm just gonna start doing more rain. I'll stick to my Friday nights at 8 p.m. and then Sunday mornings at 8 a.m. But the rest of the week I'll do some random pop ups just random discussion, whatever, something new comes in. But then I don't want to schedule it out. I don't want to schedule out like I'll do a live every night of the week because that's going to restrict me being able to go outdoors and shoot those videos and stuff, which I definitely want to get to doing. So yeah, make sure you hit the notification bell because I'll be doing more random lives throughout the week. Most definitely now because, like I said, I'm still going to put in the hours. Um, oh, Bobo, thanks for the that's a sticker, right? Yeah. Thank you, man. Definitely appreciate it. Yeah, every little bit that the channel brings in goes right back into the channel and then some. So, all right, Mountain Man, we're wrapping it up now. But yeah, I was just saying how I'm going to be doing some more random lives throughout the week because yeah, the Friday nights have been kind of brutal on the algorithm and stuff like that. I know I don't cater to the algorithm, but I got to be realistic. Like, I can't expect the system to work with me if I'm working against the system, and it's just the way it plays out sometimes. But yeah, so thanks to everybody for hanging out. Hope you have an awesome day. I'll most definitely see you sooner in the week this week. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. Everybody be good to one another, and we'll see you soon.